This market has been a surprising market for a lot of people. Yes, it is surprising to see the market playing out the textbook patterns. The way it's happening, it is surprising. But if you look at some of these assets, they took some time, but they are playing that move out. When you're here in the market, you're watching, say, some of these assets bursting, say Pepe. I told you guys yesterday, day before yesterday, that this was coming. It was in the preparation, and you just see that it's bursting through. And if you go in that asset, what do you see? 137% for the week. So it's up massively just in last few days. And the market was already giving you signs. Say this one here. Earlier today at $18 or so, I was saying, watch, there is a breakout. Watch. These are the targets. Now it's going through that. So what really is happening in the market? Because we are also watching the fact that XRP as an asset is breaking through. Now this breakout in XRP comes after some time. We have a short-term pattern, the micro, breaking out. And we immediately had a resistance of the short term. We broke both of them. That's the positive narrative here. But the issue in the market right now, a lot of people are missing that. Why? Because there are people like this who kind of comes out to us, who saw all this coming? If you were here in the SI family when the price was dropping at 38K, we shared this. Now we're here, we completed that pattern. If you are the macro trader, this was our thought process, right? We told you a minimum of 30% to a maximum of 250% to the upside. Now where are we? We've completed 36% to the upside. That's not a surprise. The market was already showing you that was one of the biggest possibilities of this market. What next? That's what we're going to try and illustrate here. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10 person of this world. Right now, 1,000+ members are taking benefit of the SI family and these calls. If you look at this, this was like 20 days back when the price was dropping and people were panicking. I gave you guys that thought process. Now we are up 50% in a week. So if you knew this was going to happen, and if you take the chart, open them and look at it, say a 3-day chart, you will most likely see the exact same pattern. We don't have a crystal ball. We're using the market, the recent price fluctuations and the patterns to identify what's coming next. And that's why I say SI family is a place where you will see how to make magical gains. Now, when you go into the market, you see a lot of assets moving. So don't trade or take a trade just because you have to take a trade. Look for all these opportunities, breakouts, volume, and the confirmations before you jump in. And once you have it, sometimes that works out fast. Sometimes it takes a couple of weeks. Sometimes you are wrong. Fine. Understand that and position yourself well. Now, in XRP, this is what we are watching. We are really, really happy that things are moving this way. We are really happy about what? The price is breaking through this. Now, on the same front, when you come on and we see the fact that XRP is doing this, remove all of this and go on a macro, a 3-day chart, a weekly chart, whichever you like. What is the price showing you? A breakout, a retest, and a bounce on a 3-day chart. That's great for XRP in itself. So we talked about this a few days back. Now you go on a weekly chart. What can we see here? We're watching 2 trend lines. One is like short to medium term trend line. We're just approaching to that resistance level. We would like to see that breaking to the upside. Fine. Which is the second one? The second trend line here in the RSI has been there for an extended period of time. We saw that playing out as a support, then resistance, then we broke that below. Now we would like to see the same thing breaking back to the upside, because the formation here is a falling wedge falling wedges usually break to the upside and it provides you with decent ROI structure. If that's what XRP is about to start doing, we are all good, right? Now, for that to happen, we need to see a lot of money moving out of Bitcoin. And this is where the Bitcoin dominance is at. We are at that resistance. We're trying to flirt with that territory. We'd like to see a rejection. Now, we're kind of at that point, but not confirmed yet. But if we do get rejected here, that's a double top formation, a textbook pattern, which would then push the price down here in Bitcoin dominance and give a lot of breathing space for the altcoin market. And that's something you have to understand. If for some reason, next 24 hours in Bitcoin is just a consolidative movement and even 1% move to the downside, that would create a negative divergence candle here on a daily chart. Remember, we already have something here on the weekly. The price action is going like nuts. If you don't have clarity, go on a line chart. That's showing you it's going up like nuts, but the RSI is not yet at that territory. So we still have the divergence one day and the first weekly close confirmation here. That's something to note. Usually, if you're literally repeating the history, you don't have too much of upside from there. So I don't think the 200,000, 500,000, $1 million call here would materialize in this cycle at least. Rather, you will see a lot of money moving into the altcoins, and that's where you will be able to make a ton of wealth around in this season. And when I say this season, you're literally watching them blowing through. This is the altcoins chart. And as you zoom out a little bit by little bit, you're now watching that the RSI did show you the right path. When RSI enters there, what happens? Historically speaking, the price action goes nuts. Great. Cool. Now, that's a weekly. What's happening on a monthly? You're approaching this territory. Where do these big gains come into picture? The moment you enter in the overbought territory or sellers capitulate on a monthly and buyers double down. We are kind of there. Not yet. We need the Feb candle monthly close like this. We need the March candle just move a little bit up and we are there. That's huge. Because remember, we reiterated the fact that this shape in the moving average, whether it's in the Bitcoin, whether it's in the altcoin, always showed you the direction. A lot of people did not believe that. They're going to suffer. But we want to make sure we take the benefit of what the market is showing us. When we are in the land of candlesticks, if we don't understand their language, it's really hard. It's really hard to understand what's happening. And that's one of the primary reasons why I say, try to learn what the market is showing you. At least look at the candles here. This volume was heavy. We had a lot of volume, which was above all these days of volume. Perfect. But what happened? The price did not reflect that amount of bullishness to the upside. There should be some correction. That would be the healthy move. Now, what if the next day you have a lot of selling volume, but this price is not dropping, it's still staying at this territory? Even after a lot of sellers coming in, they're not able to push the buyers down. So that means even though buyers are slowing down, sellers are super weak. The economy outside is dead and they are looking at Bitcoin, the crypto, which is going up. Look at the stock market right now. I mean, the stock market is not looking good. You had a lot of big cap coins or stocks slowing down massively. And right now people are looking more and more into the crypto market because last 3 days, stock market didn't do much. Crypto did a lot of movement. So the eyeballs are here on crypto right now. So you'll see a lot of money moving from weak and strong and weak and strong and that kind of a move in the crypto market. And I would argue XRP is now nearing that territory where we would actually argue that as soon as the daily enters the overbought territory, we'll start watching some momentum. We are not there yet. We're not there yet. We're still getting close to it. You zoom in, you zoom in, you zoom in, and you're like, This guy's not getting overbought. So when you enter a micro territory, yeah, you see that. But it didn't materialize last time. So we are not euphoric there. To go a little bit euphoric in XRP terms, you need to see the daily entering there in the overbought region, the weekly or the 3-day entering there in the overbought region. The moment weekly enters there, it's going to be something new after a long period of time, if we exclude the recent quote news and what happened after that, right? So the market shows you the direction, and if you follow that, you have a long way to the upside. Now, without extending this video, I would like to give you another thought process here. If you see the volume is shifting, the amount of money moving into some of these crypto is moving, and the direction of the price is trending, whether to the upside or to the downside, take that. The market is saying that asset is trending in that direction, and the new money flowing in is interested in that asset in that direction. Don't go against it. It won't end well. Now, don't leverage to the teeth. Don't go 10, 20, 30x. If you even decide to leverage, go for a 2x or a 3x. If you're new, don't leverage. First, learn how to trade, control emotions, and then do that. If you can do 7 trades with 100%, great. Boom, that's a huge return. 1,000 to 100,000. If you're doing a 50% return, now you need 12 trades. Perfect. Fine. You take that 1,000 to 100,000. If you're at 30%, you do 18 trades. That's all you need with that 30% return to turn your 1,000 to 100,000. So don't try to get some results which is not there in the market. That would help you so much. Now, if you want to make sure you get all of these calls as it happens without missing 100% move in the market, follow the SI family. The link is in the description below in YouTube or in the bio in Twitter. Thousands of people trust this family. Why? History speaks for itself. When you just enter, now, for each and every one of you who are thinking about what should I do, come to the Twitter, look at the highlights. I've actually put everything there. If you want to look at who was right at 16,000 back in December 2022, you have this. We gave you this thought process. When on a macro chart, this was happening, that was the bottom. Perfect. That was at 16,000. When everyone else was calling for a double top and the downside at $25,000, we told you, no. I was so certain, like, okay, this is what's happening, at least for my eyes, this is what it looks like. Then, recent past, after the market dropped recently to that $38,000 mark, I told you guys this. And what happened? All those parameters which I told is met was, in fact, the market showing us, yes, that's valid. And that's one of the reasons why you see 300, 500, 900,000 people are entering more. Because they get value. Because they understand they can learn more and they can execute that. And I literally was watching some of the messages and I'm like, wow. Some people who are taking time to learn and execute are making decent gains here. They're literally doing really, really, really well in a lot of different trades. When you take the average, they are doing very good. And if that's you and you want to be a part of that, that's where I say, like, you may have few weeks to few months from here. It's not going to be next 6 to 9 months like a lot of people say. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think few months and that's it. That's where you make your money and go out. Not being greedy, but taking a step back, relaxing, and then looking at the market and asking, like, okay, do you want to participate in the picking the top group? Or do you want to secure your profits and step out and watch how that plays out? If it's me, I would do that. I would take that, move out. At that FOMO bubble greed territory, I would do that. If you want to know when I do that, when I buy, when I sell, what assets I buy, which price I buy, you want to get those screenshots? Be in that Telegram alerts through the SI family and you will be able to get those. So guys, if you received value and you haven't smashed that like button, let me request you, smash that like button here. So YouTube gets to understand, okay, this video served some value to you. I'll meet you guys on next video. Bye for now.